Humber FM. Good morning and welcome to Humber FM. The latest news headlines are:
big rise has been seen in the number of parents being fined for taking their kids on holiday during term time.
Women could join the British infantry by 2016.
Louth Wilco duo dropped 10,000 feet in charity skydive and raised £1,000.
Grimsby Town players bring Christmas cheer to poorly children in hospital. More parents are being fined for taking family holidays in term time since strict new rules came into force. The number of penalty notices issued in North East Lincolnshire rocketed by 28% over the last year, under new rules taking away the power to grant leave in term time for the holiday from head teachers. In the academic year from September 2013 to July 2014, the first under new rules, 346 penalty notices were issued. A further 31 are currently being processed. The previous year there were just 270. Almost 64,000 fines have been issued since the law changed, a rise of about 70%. We managed to get an interview with Trevor Ray, Principal of Franklin College, on his views on non-attendance.
We've got a series of sanctions. So if you look in your student handbook, you'll see the student disciplinary code. So if, to begin with, you don't attend, we would say we'd have a quiet word with you and say it's about time you attended, and if you carry on attending, there's no problems. If there's a persistent problem, you go through a series of verbal warnings. And that, if you look on your FIS record, you'll see a little circle with a number in it, and that's what stage you are on the disciplinary process. So stage 1 is verbal warning. Stage 2, if you are still not attending, there is a written warning, and that goes through a number of stages. And then the final stage would either be seeing one of the directors of teaching and learning, or me, or Sue Wallace, our deputy principal. If people really can't comply, then the final sanction will be to say you are excluded from college. Yesterday, check your emails. Yesterday, Martin Goodhand, who runs our management information system, sent out an email to all students saying that when you log into FIS, you'll get a something called an attendance-ometer, which is a little graph that shows you for your courses, if you don't attend for these courses, this is how your attendance impacts on your final grades. And for some subjects, if you miss 10% of lessons, you might be, on average, looking at other students who did the same as you, up to a grade or a grade and a half down on what you could achieve. So the most serious thing for non-attendance is A, you might not pass, but B, you might not get the grade that you're capable of doing. Exactly. And there's a straightforward correlation. The more you don't attend, the greater the likelihood is that you don't get the grades that you're capable of getting. And that's the biggest consequence. Well, the official hat says that students should not take holidays during term time. And for students to miss 2 weeks of term time is never going to be good, because if you look back, it's very, very difficult for students to catch up on 2 weeks worth of work. Doesn't matter how hard they try, doesn't matter how good their intentions are. Missing 2 weeks worth of lessons is going to impact on your overall learning.
In 2016, women may be allowed to serve on the front line for the very first time, where the primary aim is to close with and kill the enemy. Defence Secretary Michael Fallon said roles should be determined by ability and not gender. He said he hoped to introduce the change subject to some final research over the next year or so. Women soldiers have also been on the front line in Afghanistan, although in support roles such as medics and bomb disposal experts.
A fearless duo from the Louth Wilco branch took the plunge at 10,000 feet and have raised £1,000 for the store's Charity of the Year. Karen James, the store's assistant manager, and Ashley Robinson, a customer service assistant, took to the skies over a brig to take on the frightening 10,000 feet jump. It landed back on solid ground to find they had raised a £1,000 donation for breast cancer care. Speaking afterwards, Karen said, both Ashley and I were very nervous ahead of the jump. Our knees were definitely shaking when we boarded the plane. Knowing we had the support of our friends, family and customers gave us the final push we needed to make the jump. I'm here outside the Louth Wilco branch where Ashley and Karen work. The pair are very proud to raise such a great amount of money for such a great cause. In total, they managed to raise £1,013 for breast cancer care. The Mariners brought some early Christmas cheer to children at the Diana Princess of Wales Hospital in Grimsby. The full squad of Grimsby Town players brought gifts to some of the young patients who will be in hospital over the festive season. Captain Craig Disley presented a signed football to 13-month-old Megan McCandless from Grimsby, who is being treated alongside other children in Rainforest Ward. If you can bring a smile to their faces, it is good, said Captain Craig Disley.
I've worked at the hospital for 2 years now, and every Christmas the children now have something to look forward to, and it's really nice to see these athletes give something back to the community.